you're spraying your fragrance like this or this, you're making a mistake. And if your fragrance is not lasting very long and you're not getting compliments from people around you, there's a reason. If you want to know what to do before you spray a fragrance on, how to spray it on, how much to spray on, and how to make it last and get compliments from people around you, you are in the right place. Just watch this video. Hi my lovely people, welcome back to another fabulous fragrance video. I got the inspiration to make this video from your comments. I've been seeing comments under my videos about your fragrances not lasting long, or you not getting compliments no matter what you do, or you don't know how to use a fragrance, how to spray it on, and how to spray it on, when to spray it on, how much to spray on. So I've been seeing a lot of comments like this. Especially I want to address those comments about perfumes not lasting long and you not getting compliments. You should be. So first things first, make sure that you're applying fragrances to clean, towel-dried skin. Make sure that you're applying fragrances after a shower. The best time to apply a fragrance to last and to get compliments is after you clean yourself. Hygiene comes first. Take a shower. When you get out of the shower, once you towel dried your body, it is the time to apply a fragrance. When you apply fragrances to hide body odor, BO, or sweaty, dirty skin after like a game or some, playing some sport or gym, or, dirty skin after working in the yard. I don't know, when you're dirty and sweaty and you have BO and you apply your fragrance to hide that never works, because people can smell that BO on top of that flowery perfume you're wearing. It doesn't make the body odor go away. It only adds another layer to it that is unpleasant. It makes me think about this episode in Frasier, the 90s show Frasier, where Daphne sprays air freshener around the house to hide the nasty smell coming from Martin's bait box because he's getting ready to go fishing. And Niles walks into the room and he says, "It smells like a fish died and all the other fish sent flowers." That's kind of what it is. It's like putting lipstick on a pig. When you smell bad, you have body odor, and you spray on a fragrance on top of it, it's not going to make you smell better. Back in French history, for example, Louis XIV's time, people in his court, they didn't bathe. They didn't have very good hygiene. They thought that water carried diseases, so they were afraid of bathing. So they would use perfume to hide their body odor, and that did not quite work that well, okay, because they stunk anyway. Sure, they wiped themselves down, and whatnot, but there are stories about how they were smelly. It doesn't matter how good your perfume is and how expensive it is, you can't spray on dirty body and BO on top of the BO. People can smell your BO, your dirty clothes, your sweaty clothes on top of that perfume smell. So like I said, the best time to apply a fragrance is right as soon as you get out of the shower and on to the moisturized skin. So you need to get out of the shower. On your towel dried skin, you need to apply some sort of lotion or a cream or an oil, something to moisturize your skin. This is very, very important. Why do all experts say to apply perfumes on moisturized, well moisturized, hydrated skin? That's another point. I'll get to it in a second. So when you apply moisturizer, some kind of moisturizer, cream, lotion, oil, what have you, it creates this layer on top of your skin for the perfume molecules to grab onto and stay on longer. This is science, my friends. Okay, so it's very important you give your perfume something to grab onto so it'll stay on your skin longer. If you apply a fragrance to dry skin, it will dissipate. It will fade away very, very fast. Also, Vaseline works really well as well to provide that sort of layer, barrier for that scent to grab onto. You can actually apply Vaseline to your pulse points, just on the pulse points, and then spray the perfume on. If you don't want to be, applying some kind of moisturizer for whatever reason, you can do that as well. Or you can apply a moisturizer of some sort, cream, lotion, oil, and then put Vaseline on your pulse points and then apply the fragrance right on top of it. And number 2, if you are dehydrated, if you're somebody who's always severely dehydrated, the skin will just absorb that perfume. It'll dissipate and fade away fast. How long your perfume lasts on your skin depends on the concentration of your fragrance, the strength of the notes, the type of notes, and how dry your skin is. Okay, now you're clean and well moisturized. Okay, now how do you spray on your fragrance? Number 1, always apply your fragrance on the warmest parts of your body, which are your pulse points. These pulse points, such as the pulse points on your wrist or the inside of your elbow right here or behind your ears, these warm pulse points of your body have a lot of arteries. Okay, so these arteries are always carrying warm blood. So those areas are very, very warm and carry the scent of fragrances out more. It'll project more from those warm spots of your body. So where are these pulse points on your body? Like I said, behind the ears, where your carotid arteries are, right here on the side of your neck, your face, right here. That is one of the warmest parts of your body. And then the radial arteries right here on your wrists, inside of your wrist right here, they are really good pulse points as well. And then brachial artery, which is here, on the inside of your elbow right there. These are like a couple of my favorite spots to spray on fragrances. And then there's femoral artery, which is right by the groin, right there by the groin. And then there's the popliteal artery, which is behind the knees, inside on the other side of the knees. That's another really good spot. And then there's posterior tibial arteries, like basically foot, behind the foot. And then there are abdominal arteries right on the stomach area. However, just because all of these pulse points exist, does it mean you have to spray on all of them? No, you don't. The best spots to apply fragrances would be behind the ears, on your wrists, inside of your elbows, and of course outside of those pulse points. I do like to apply fragrances to, like, right here between my collarbone, between right here, between the breast, between the collarbone right here, and of course on the back of my neck as well, because when you spray on a perfume on the back of your neck, it helps leave a really good sillage. And this just is very nice when you hug someone or you're in an intimate situation, like spraying between the collarbones. They are not pulse points, but they are desirable areas to spray on your fragrances. Do not spray fragrances under your armpits. Not the best place to put, because you wear deodorant. That's not the best place to apply fragrances. So avoid that area. If you must, just spray right here, not inside, but right on top right here by the armpit without going into the armpit. Okay, so those are the best spots to spray on your fragrance for it to project and last longer. That is on your skin. However, I find that when you spray on clothes, fragrances last longer than on the skin. So I usually apply fragrances on my clothes as well, but be careful. You do not want to spray on fragrances directly on clothes that stain easy, like silk, and also light colored clothing, because some fragrances actually have color, like this one for example, the juice has color. So what do? I like to spray on fragrances on the inside of clothes. For example, if you're wearing a blouse, you pick up the blouse and you spray it inside. And then also you can lift up the blouse and spray it inside. Or you're wearing, let's say, a dress. You can lift up the dress, spray it inside in these corners, and then of course lift up the skirt and like spray it on the inside of the skirt. So try to spray the fragrance like inside of your clothing. Like if I'm wearing this, I would spray right here and right there. Okay, so just inside of the clothing. Or you can lift up this and spray it on the inside of your sleeve, for example. So try to spray inside of your clothing. Even if it's dark clothing, it's good to get in the habit of spraying your fragrances on the inside of your clothes. Also remember, when you spray on clothes, the scent will be on them a lot of the times until you wash for days. Until you wash, the perfume will be on that particular clothing until you wash. So just remember, you can't re-wear it. I tend to, of course, always wash my clothes after wearing once anyway, so it doesn't really apply to me. But so that scent will be on your clothes, and you can't wear that clothing and then spray on another fragrance. Do you know what I mean? And one of the biggest questions or things people do wrong and have questions about is how many times to spray a fragrance. So there's a general consensus that 5 times is usually the regular number of times to spray on a fragrance. But remember, not every fragrance is created equal. For example, Maison Crivelli fragrances, they are absolutely nuclear fragrances. They project to the other end of the world. They will enter the room before you enter the room, okay? You don't want to mess about with these. These are what we call beast mode fragrances, especially their newest release, Tuberose Astral, for example, is a very good example. This one, I can smell this thing over here, okay? So a fragrance like this, you do not want to overspray. Okay, now we're getting into the don'ts of how to wear fragrances. The last thing you want to do is to overspray a fragrance like this. A fragrance like this strong, you only need a light spray behind your ears and maybe your wrist, and you're done. You don't need to spray on clothes. You don't need to do anything. So this is a fragrance, 5 sprays, even maybe overdoing it. Okay, I'd say behind your ears, wrists, and you're good to go. Okay, so do not overspray fragrances. Overspraying can be very off-putting to other people around you. It'll accomplish the exact opposite of what you want, which is to smell good and get compliments. I don't care how expensive your fragrance is and how good it smells. If you overspray a strong fragrance, if you overspray a fragrance, period, like a regular or strong fragrance, unless it's super weak, you are killing it. As in, you are changing the smell of that fragrance to something that is overbearing, overwhelming, and therefore not smelling very good. It will be totally overwhelming to people around you. What you want people to do is smell you and think you smell amazing and come closer to you to get a better whiff of like your fragrances, smell you and compliment you. But if you overspray a fragrance, people will run away from you, get away from you, from that thick cloud of heavy fragrance, to get away from that so they can breathe again, because they will feel suffocated. They want to get away from you, run away from you, so that they don't get a headache. They're not feeling suffocated, overwhelmed. That is the opposite of what you want, and they will never compliment you because they will feel offended. No, you will not get compliments no matter how good that beautiful fragrance is. Like this one is gorgeous. If you know how to spray this just right, 1, 2, 1, 2, half sprays, that's it. People, I mean, this will project no matter how little you sprayed like that to the other end of the room, but in a good way, not in a punch you in the face way. And then people will compliment because they can actually smell you, because it's traveling, it's projecting, but they're not feeling like it's, you know, punching them in the face. And they'll smell just how good this perfume actually smells, the actual way this perfume smells, instead of altered, strong, different smell that it will produce if you overspray it on yourself to the point of choking other people. Like if you are going to a party and your friends are here to pick you up, you know, friend or friends, and you spray like 10, 11, 12, like 20 times of perfume like this, and you get in the car, in that person's car, that is a closed, enclosed space, and that person will be like just dying, suffocating. So that is the last thing you want to do. If you want a fragrance to actually, you know, get compliments, for people to think that you smell good. My husband, actually, it's a funny story. My husband has horror stories about old ladies, that's what he calls old ladies at church when he was a young boy. He actually had a very negative experience with fragrances as a young boy, because all he remembers is going to the church and these women wearing the smell of really strong perfumes. I mean, oversprayed perfumes, just heavy clouds of fragrances, just very kind of getting offensive to him. It was very overwhelming. Okay, so that is like the last thing you want to do. And that's the other thing, it could make you smell mature to spray on a lot of fragrance, you know, like overspray it. People can feel sick from that, people around you, and that's the last thing you want to do. Usually anything more than 5 sprays would be considered overspraying. But guys, I always spray more than 5 sprays. I would say I spray about 7 to 8, and that's where I stop. It depends again on the strength of the fragrance. When I say overspray though, I'm talking about overspraying to an obnoxious point, to the point where you are making people feel sick, give people headaches. You know, you just have such a thick cloud of scent around you that people have to walk away from you. And another thing you don't want to do is spraying your fragrance on the wrong way. Yes, there is a wrong way to spray on your fragrance. Okay, quit the misting method. Okay, don't spray your fragrance in the air and walk into it thinking that's gonna cover you. No, that is gonna make the fragrance molecules just dissipate around you. You just wasted your fragrance right there. You just sprayed it in the air and wasted half your fragrance is what you did. That is not what you do. You want to spray a fragrance right on your skin. You want to spray it right on your skin like that. And of course, do not rub your wrists together once you spray a fragrance. What it does is it breaks down the molecules and completely destroy that fragrance composition. It causes perfumes to fade faster, you know, disappear faster, because you're not allowing the head notes, the very notes that give your fragrance that unique scent. the character. You're not allowing those notes to settle on your skin, your top notes. So spray it on like I did and let it dry naturally. Do not rub your wrist together because it will crush the head notes and destroy the composition and make it fade away faster. That is a big no-no. If you're spraying on your fragrance like this, if you're doing that, you're seriously reducing the efficacy of the fragrance. Like the misting method, you're seriously reducing the efficacy of the fragrance. You just wasted half of your fragrance. No wonder you'll be going through your fragrance that fast, because that's how you're spraying it on. Because your room and the air and the furniture in the room got more of the fragrance than you did. If you ever see any fragrance guru who advised you to do so or flaunt how much overspraying they're doing, immediately unfollow them, because they don't know what they're talking about. You want to apply your fragrance directly onto your skin and directly in your clothes for a fragrance to last, for a fragrance to keep the efficacy, for a fragrance to project. Because if the fragrance doesn't touch your skin very much, then it's not going to have the 100% efficacy. And of course, if you have a weak fragrance like this one can tend to be, you know, not very strong. If you have a weak fragrance, then you can spray it a little more than 5 sprays. I would say if you have a particularly weak fragrance that dissipates fast, obviously moisturize your skin, be hydrated, and all those other things I mentioned, but also spray it on a little bit more. Okay, you can spray it on 8, 9, maybe 10 times on those other pulse points like behind the knee. Okay, and then maybe spray a little bit more on your clothes. So yeah, that is okay. If a fragrance is particularly weak and lasts only 2 hours on your skin and doesn't project at all, sure. And also, don't spray perfumes in your hair if they're not made to be sprayed on your hair, because perfumes have alcohol and it will destroy your hair. Yes, it will last longer on your hair. Yes, that's true. Fragrance will last longer on your hair. It'll grab onto, like, hair has this sort of like the kind of texture and molecules that actually grab on to that scent. True, but it'll destroy your hair. So always make sure you're using a hair perfume. For example, this is Bouquet d'Iel by Xerjoff, the fragrance, and this is the hair perfume made for the same fragrance. So I can safely spray this on my hair. So if you can find the hair perfume version of your fragrances, sure, it'll make it last a lot longer and project better. So if you follow these do's and don'ts and you know, get it right and you do it right, you will get compliments. Your fragrance will last. Your fragrance will project. There's no reason why not. But of course, remember this as well. Sometimes, no matter how good you smell, not everyone will feel free to compliment either. So don't feel bad if you don't constantly get compliments, because it takes a certain type of person who is confident with themselves to make someone else feel good by giving them a compliment. Okay, it depends on the culture too of the area or country you live in. If it's considered, you know, encroaching on your privacy or whatever to compliment, or if it's considered in any way, you know, inappropriate or not acceptable or whatever, people won't compliment. Obviously, keep that in mind as well. But if you follow these steps and you are around people who actually are fine with being happy for other people, okay, you will get compliments and your fragrance will last all day. And as far as what type of moisturizers, creams and stuff to use, I prefer unscented creams and oils like jojoba, or unscented creams. I know that Eucerin has an unscented. There are all these, CeraVe, all these brands have unscented creams which are perfectly good. But it is fun to sort of layer your fragrances on scented body creams that actually complement 1 or 2 or 3 notes that are in your fragrances as well, which is really, really fun to do. And sometimes they enhance the fragrance, the smell of the fragrance. For example, I talked about in many of my videos, the fragrance Bachami, okay, by Bulgari is really great layered with the Sol de Janeiro's newest body cream, which is Delicia Drench. That it really actually enhances the scent of that fragrance. So it's nice to do that, you know, scented body scrubs, and then, you know, using a scented body scrub in the shower would be another extra step, or a scented body soap that is complementary to the fragrance you're about to wear, which I love to do because it's such a luxurious experience. You know, for example, the Delina body wash and the Delina body cream, you can pair them with your Delina fragrances, all 3 of them, right? So that is such a luxurious experience. There are some other fragrances like J'adore by Dior has a matching body scrub actually that has shimmer in it, body cream, body wash. So that's also really fun to do, which I do believe takes it a little further in terms of lasting power, the sillage, and of course the overall beautiful, luxurious experience of wearing fragrances. But the experts always recommend unscented products, you know, Vaseline, jojoba oil, unscented creams, that sort of thing. If you can find a body cream with a scent that matches your fragrance, it's always the safest bet to use an unscented oil or a body cream to layer it with. And also sometimes 2 fragrances have similar notes. If you want to enhance a particular note, you can layer fragrances with each other, which can make a fragrance, make the scent last longer. So you guys, those are the do's and don'ts that will allow you to smell good all day when it comes to spraying on fragrances. If you want to smell good all day, for your fragrance to last all day and get complimented, follow these do's and don'ts, and they will not lead you wrong, and you can't go wrong with them. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Of course, ring the notification bell as well. That way you will never miss any of my videos. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And of course, don't forget to go on over to my other channel, Cleo Luxe Life, which is all about makeup and beauty. And by the way, I'm about to upload several videos testing products that I bought from the Sephora Spring Savings event. I'm going to give you updates on how they worked for me, and I'm going to give you natural daylight application demos and all that good stuff. So head on over there and subscribe to that channel if you want to see more of the makeup content and reviews. Okay, you guys, I will see you in my next video.